Welcome to this Read Aloud book tour, where we'll be taking a look at Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. Chapter 1, Page 1. I've been locked up for 264 days. I have nothing but a small notebook and a broken pen and the numbers in my head to keep me company. 1 window, 4 walls, 144 square feet of space, 26 letters in an alphabet I haven't spoken in 264 days of isolation. 6,336 hours since I've touched another human being. You're getting a roommate, they said to me. We hope you rot to death in this place. No, for good behavior, they said to me. Another psycho just like you. No more isolation, they said to me. They are the minions of the reestablishment. The initiative was supposed to help our dying society. The same people who pulled me out of my parents' home and locked me in an asylum for something outside of my control. No one cares that I didn't know what I was capable of, that I didn't know what I was doing. I have no idea where I am. I only know that I was transported by someone in a white van who drove 6 hours and 37 minutes to get me here. I know I was handcuffed to my seat. I know I was strapped to my chair. Page 1 Observations from Shatter Me. First of all, I have to be honest, I totally judged this book by its cover. It's got a really cool graphic there of an eye with branches and water pouring out of it, which kind of has some symbolism here on page 1 because her life seems pretty dismal. There's a lot of numbers on here, 264 days, 1 window, 4 walls, 144 square feet of space, so that catches my attention. Also, at first I thought someone had written in the book and crossed out some words, but then as you read it, it's like she's editing her own thinking, which is kind of interesting and definitely a big difference from other books that I've read. So I'm hooked so far just on some kind of superficial, like the way things look, and so I'm kind of interested to see where we go. I know I didn't cry as I was taken away. I know the sky falls down every day. The sun drops into the ocean and splashes browns and reds and yellows and oranges into the world outside my window. 1,000,000 leaves from 100 different branches dip in the wind, fluttering with the false promise of flight. The gust catches their withered wings only to force them downward, forgotten, left to be trampled by the soldiers stationed just below. There aren't as many trees as there were before, is what the scientists say. They say our world used to be green, our clouds used to be white, our sun was always the right kind of light. But I have very faint memories of that world. I don't remember much from before. The only existence I know now is the one I was given, an echo of what used to be. I press my palm to the small pane of glass and feel the cold clasp my hand in a familiar embrace. We are both alone, both existing as the absence of something else. I grab my nearly useless pen with the very little ink I've learned to ration each day and stare at it. Change my mind. Abandon the effort it takes to write things down. Having a cellmate might be okay. Talking to a real human being might make things easier. I practice using my voice, shaping my lips around the familiar words unfamiliar to my mouth. I practice all day. I'm surprised I remember how to speak. I roll my little notebook into a ball I shove into the wall. I sit up on the cloth-covered springs I'm forced to sleep on. I wait. I rock back and forth and wait. I wait too long and fall asleep. My eyes open to 2 eyes, 2 lips, 2 ears, 2 eyebrows. I stifle my scream, my urgency to run, the crippling horror gripping my limbs. And you're a girl, he cocks an eyebrow. He leans away from my face. He grins, but he's not smiling, and I want to cry, my eyes desperate, terrified, darting toward the door. I'm tried to open so many times I've lost count. They locked me up with a boy. A boy. Dear God, they're trying to kill me. They've done it on purpose, to torture me, to torment me, to keep me from sleeping through the night ever again. His arms are tatted up, half sleeves to his elbows. His eyebrow is missing a ring they must have confiscated. Dark blue eyes, dark brown hair, sharp jawline, strong, lean frame. Gorgeous. Scratch that. Dangerous. Terrifying. Horrible. He laughs, and I fall off my bed and scuttle into the corner. He sizes up the meager pillow on the spare bed they shoved into the empty space this morning, the skimpy mattress and threadbare blanket hardly big enough to support his upper half. He glances at my bed, glances at his bed, shoves them both together with one hand, uses his foot to push the metal frames to his side of the room, stretches out across the two mattresses, grabbing my pillow to fluff up under his neck. I've begun to shake. I bite my lip and try to bury myself in the dark corner. He's stolen my bed, my blanket, my pillow. I have nothing but the floor. I will have nothing but the floor. I will never fight back because I'm too terrified, too paralyzed, too paranoid. So you're what, insane? Is that why you're here? I'm not insane. Scratch that. He props himself up enough to see my face. He laughs again. I'm not going to hurt you. I want to believe him. Scratch that. I don't believe him. What's your name? He asks. None of your business. What's your name? Scratch that. I hear his irritated exhalation of breath. I hear him turn over on the bed that used to be half mine. I stay awake all night, my knees curled up to my chin, my arms wrapped tight around my small frame, my long brown hair the only curtain between us. I will not sleep. I cannot sleep. I cannot hear those screams again. Some things I noticed on these next few pages are the imagery that Mafi employs here. She's talking about the sky falls down every day. Sun drops into the ocean and splashes browns and reds and yellows and oranges. So this is a stark contrast to page 1 where everything's dismal. She's in some sort of prison or asylum. We usually think of white walls and white jackets in an asylum. So here the author introduces lots of color. She uses some strong language again. They introduce a boy into the situation, and she says to herself, oh my gosh, they're trying to kill me. She kind of alludes to why she's in the asylum, but not too many details. So I think the author's trying to string us along by just releasing little bits of information at a time. And then there towards the end of chapter 1, she's having this thought process through her head. We've got a lot of parallel structures. I have nothing but the floor. I will have nothing but the floor. I will never fight back. And then at the end, she says, I will not sleep. I cannot sleep. I cannot hear those screams again. So we've got a very serious feeling, kind of mood throughout this part. And then we have this slight hysteria, almost madness that she's going through because they've thrown this obstacle at her of having a boy in the same cell as her. We've got some more ideas crossed out as well. So I'm definitely interested to see, where are we going with this boy? Why is he there? Why is she editing her own thoughts? And why is she kind of so fatalistic? Everything is so dark for her right now.